started. So let's just start nice and tall, feet hip width apart, and we're just going to start rolling our shoulders back. Nice big circles. And then rolling our shoulders forwards. And relax there, just leaning to one side, feeling that nice stretch on the side of your waist. Coming back up, leaning over the other side. And coming back up. Good. So getting your balance on one leg, we're just going to hug the opposite knee into your chest and hold it there. Keep that length through your spine. Try not to round through the lower back. And release down, lifting your left leg up. Hug that knee into your chest. Again, slightly pull on that knee and feel if you can get a bit more length through your spine. And release that leg back down. Perfect. Sweeping those arms up to the sky. Looking up at your hands, and then taking those arms back down to the side, behind your back. Interlace your fingers, lift your chest, lift the arms away from your body. Keep them there, legs a little wider, bend your knees, and then just fold forwards and take your arms over the top. Release the arms back down. And then just see if you can rest the arms down towards the floor. And just take a nice forward bend. And then slowly roll up one vertebra at a time as you come back to the start. I'm already warming up. Okay, so let's now just do a full roll down, so chin to chest. And now just really take your time to fold forward, rolling down one vertebra over the other. Reaching down as far as you can. Soften through those knees if you're a bit tight through the back. And just hold yourself there, take a few breaths. Maybe bend one knee, straighten the other. And then take your time to roll back up tall again. And back and down. Good. Okay, so let's stand on one leg again. So we're going to soften the leg that you're standing on. Hands on your hips. I just want you to lean forwards. It might even just be a tiny bend, that's fine. Whatever you can control, okay? Or see if you can go a little further. So really focus on controlling, unlike me, my balance is really off today obviously. So just taking your time to bend forwards at the hips, keeping that back straight, coming back up. And again, slowly bending forwards. Each time just see if you can go a little bit further. Keeping that breath moving with the breath. Good. Last time. And come back to the start. Perfect. Coming on to the other leg. So same thing. Maybe if you want to start with slightly smaller movement, that's fine. Soften that knee, shoulders back, core engaged. We're going to bend forwards and come back up. So make sure those shoulders stay back and down. You're hinging at the hips. And just see if each time you can go a little further until you get to that parallel position where your body, your trunk is parallel to the floor. One more. And then come back to the start. Okay, lovely. So, let's get those feet nice and wide. So you want your shoulders stacked over your hips, your feet turned out at about 40-45 degrees. Hands on your hips again. And we're just going to drop down into that wide squat. And as you come up, just think about lengthening, engaging the quads, engaging, squeezing through the glutes. Breathing out, breathing in. Perfect. Float those arms out to the side as you drop down and hold. See if you can drop down a little lower. Come back up. Good, once more, breathe out, arms float out, hold. Drop down a little lower. And come back up. Good. So now we're going to do our combination of heel raises and sumo squats. So we're going to start off both feet lifting through the heels, staying on your toes as you squat down, dropping the heels, standing up tall. Up onto your toes, squat down, drop the heels, stand up tall. Good. Two more. Heels, knees, heels, and straighten. Last one. Nice and tall. Slowly control it down. Heels release. Stand up tall. Okay, so now we're going to reverse that. So we're going to squat down first, then go up on your toes, then straighten your knees, then drop the heels. Good, three more. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Knees, heels, straighten, release. Last one. Squat down, lift the heels, keep the heels lifted, straighten the knees, release the heels down. Perfect. Alright, so now coming on to a bit of more single leg work. If you want to hold on to something for balance, that's fine. So we're going to stand on one leg. Okay, we're just going to do our single leg heel raises. So lifting up and down. Trying to keep your hips level. Try not to hold your breath. Breathe in for part of the movement, breathe out for the second part. Good, one more. And swap sides. Alright, good, getting your balance on the other leg. Engage that core, shoulders back, up and down. Good. Last one. And release back down. Perfect. Right, let's get our bands. Work on our arms so we're going to start with our elbows tucked into the side. Hold your band about hip width apart. So I want you to stand with your feet again hip width apart, shoulders down and back. Good, and then just pull that band apart and release. Breathe out. Breathe in, keep that core engaged. Good. Good, 5 more. 3, really feel those muscles working in the backs of the shoulders. 2, 1, release those arms down. Lift them up over your head. Pull the band wide. Keep your hips facing forwards. Then add a twist. Back to the start. Twist the other way. Back to the start. Release the arms. Pull wide. Twist. Release. Twist. Release. And straighten those arms. Good. 2 more. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And come back. Release. Last one. Squeeze those shoulder blades down and back. Twist the upper body. Release. Twist the other way. Release. And come back to the start. Arms back down. Perfect. Okay. So let's take the band behind our backs. Okay. So you want the band just under your shoulder blades. Okay. And you're holding on to the ends. Start with your arms kind of in a relaxed position by your side, feet hip width apart. I want you to just push out against the band and then slowly bring it back in. If you haven't got enough resistance, just shorten where your hold is. Push out and bring back with control. Breathing out, breathing in. So just getting those shoulder blade muscles working. Just like we do on all fours normally, dropping and lifting the chest. This is another way of doing it. Breathe out, breathe in. For 5, and 4, and 3, 2, 1, release. Bring that band under your left foot. So start with a fairly tight hold, holding it on the right side. And we're just going to go into your bicep curl. Okay? If you want to try standing on one leg while you bicep curl, have a go. So you're keeping up nice and tall. Keeping your big toe grounded. Making sure that elbow stays by your side. You're just bending and straightening. Good. Release that right leg. Slightly loosen through the band. Shoulders back. Turning your thumb out to the side, you're going to pull the band up and release back down. Slow and controlled. Only as far as feels comfortable. If you can go just below shoulder height, to shoulder height or above, whatever you feel able to. Try not to shrug that shoulder up to your ear. Keep that neck lengthened. I know it's hard not to contract through the neck muscles. Try and keep your neck as relaxed as possible. Keep that body centered, so just check that you're not leaning to one side. Perfect. And release. Good. Let's swap sides. So we're going on to the bicep curl on the other side. Slightly shorter band. If you want to stand on one leg, and then we're just going to bicep curl on the other side. So if you're on one leg, just make sure you're not dropping through your hip. You're keeping nice and long through that side of your body. Good, let's do two more. And release. Good, release that arm. Slightly longer band. Turn the thumb out to the side and pull that arm up. And back down. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Good. Again, just assessing how much movement's happening elsewhere. Are you finding you're leaning to one side? Are you tensing anywhere else? Control that breath. Last one. And release. Good. So, a little bit more in standing. So we're going to wrap that band around the tops of your knees, loop it around and tie it in a knot. Okay, so we're going to stand at one end of your mat. We're going to do a little mini squat down, but you're keeping the length in your spine. You're not rounding through your spine, you're up nice and tall. Hands on your hips, and you're just going to step sideways. 2, 3, stand up tall, squeeze the glutes, drop back down. 1, 2, 3, stand up tall, down. 1, 2, 3, lift. Again, 1, 2, 3, lift. Once more each way. 1, 2, 3, lift. Down. 1, 2, 3, and lift. Perfect. So, coming back to the center of your mat, I want you to really focus on keeping that balance and control. We're going to keep the band where it is, and we're going to take the right leg out to the side and back in for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. All the weight onto your right leg, move that left leg out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Good, now we're going to kick that leg back. So a slight bend forwards and kick that right leg back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, change legs for 1, 2, 3, you're going to have your feet slightly wider than hip width apart. Up tall. Again, just reassess your posture. Shoulders, hips, knees and feet stacked one on top of the other. Grow tall. Slightly wider stance. So you've got a little bit of pressure on that band as you squat down. Squeeze up. Squat down. Squeeze up. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Good. So we're going to do that around again, okay? So come to the end of your mat. We're going to do your side steps. Okay, core engaged, sit back, lengthen spine, weight through your heels, side step. 1, 2, 3, stay low. 1, 2, 3, keep going. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Come back to the center of your mat. Stand up tall. Okay? Standing on your left leg, right leg pushes out for 6, 5, 4, 3, keep that length. 2, 1, change legs for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Good. So now coming into our extensions, kicking back. Left leg weight bearing, right leg kick back for 6, 5, 4, 3, engage those glutes. 2, 1, release. Onto the other leg for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Good, hopefully your glutes are burning a little. So last one with the band and standing, feet slightly wider than hip width apart, growing tall again. We're going to go down into those squats, but we're going to hold and do little pulses, okay? So down as low as you can go, and pulse for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, squeeze up tall. Good, again, squat down, a little lower, and pulse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up tall. Good. Right, take that band off. Okay. So if you have light weights, great. If you don't worry, you can just do the weight of your arms. Okay, so we're going to stand to the side. Soft bend in the knees, weight trunk nice and tall, but slightly angled towards the floor. Arms by your side. We're going to lift those arms up behind you. Hold it there and circle with control. Keep breathing. And change direction. Keep those shoulders down and back, keep that length through your spine. Good, hold little pulses up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stand up tall. Good. Let's try one more, so leaning forward again. Elbows bent, hands towards your waist. Straighten and bend for 10, 9, 8, Perfect. Good. Well done. Half an hour in standing. Good job. Right, shall we change position? So everyone lie down on your back. Just going to slightly angle the camera. Okay. Good. Right, so getting yourself comfortable, lying on your back. Right, so just start, hands on your hips, rocking your pelvis forward and back a few times. Arching that back, creating a nice space, and then flattening, curling the other way. Good, and then relax halfway between those two movements. So that's your neutral position. Engage those lower abdominal muscles, arms up above your head. Good. Right leg up on tabletop. So here, I want you to keep your leg in tabletop. Take your arms back behind you as you breathe out. As you circle your arms, I want you to lift your head. Imagine you're trying to reach towards the other end of the mat, and then lower your head as you take your arms back up to the start. Okay, so keep that right leg in tabletop. Breathe out, arms go back. Breathe in, circle, reach. Lift that head and upper body. Slowly control that head back down as you raise your arms back up to the start. And again, breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. So really control as you lift the body. Try and keep that spine neutral if you can. Really contracting through those abdominal muscles. Reach, engage the core. Breathe out, return. Last one. Lift, hold that position. And now I just want you to straighten that leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then release the head, release the arms, lower that right leg to the floor. Left leg up to tabletop, arms up above your head. Same thing again, the legs stay still. Breathe out, arms go back. Breathe in, lift the head, scoop, hold, release. Again. So as you lift that head, I want you to really focus on really engaging through those abdominals and using them to maybe lift you up a little higher. Last one, breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hold the arms above your head. Sorry, I'm wrong, they were down here. So lift up, scoop, hold that position, and straighten that left leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the head, release the arms, release the leg. Lovely, well done. Okay, so let's go now onto our double tabletop. Okay, so with control, taking your time, lower your right foot to the floor, come back up. Left foot to the floor, come back up. You've always got the option to always keep one foot on the floor and just lift and lower alternate legs, or you've always got the option to just speed up those transitions. Breathe out, breathe in, or slow. If I'm honest, slower is actually harder. Okay? So breathing and moving with your breath. You're actually under tension for longer, so it's more challenging. Breathe out, breathe in, trying to maintain that neutral spine. Last one, and then hug both knees into your chest. Well-deserved little rest. You can rock side to side, forward and back, whatever feels comfortable. Good. Bringing those legs back down. Okay, so we're going to bring your left leg up to tabletop. Your right hand on that left leg. I want you to lift your head. Lift that left arm to hover and push your left knee and your right hand into each other. And then as you release, straighten that leg, take that arm back behind you. Bring them back together, lift the head, push them together. Lower the head, lower the arm and the leg. Lift, push. Release, lengthen, lift, push, release and lengthen. Even as you lengthen, try not to change that neutral position of your spine. Last one, lengthen. Back to tabletop, release that leg. Great. So we're working those oblique abdominal muscles. Right leg up to tabletop, left hand on the right knee, lift, hover that right hand, push your right knee and left hand into each other, release, straighten arm and leg out, lift and push, release, keep breathing. 2 more. For 1, release, and 2, release, and come back to the middle. Good, so we should have nice fiery abs. So let's work on our glutes a little bit more. Maybe grab hold of your band. Okay, so if you've got it looped around, then great. I've got a loop band, so I'm just going to take it straight over my legs. Okay, let me just quickly sort this out. So, sorry. Yeah, so I want you to have the band just above the knees again, like we had in standing. So you're going to bend your knees a little more so you can touch your heels with the fingertips. So feet hip width apart, push your knees apart so that your knees are still hip width apart with a little bit of that pressure through the band. Arms by your side, lengthen through the neck, roll up into your shoulder bridge and hold that position. Engaging through the core. So here, you should have right and left hip level. I want you to drop your right hip and squeeze and lift it back up. Drop your left hip, squeeze and lift it back up. So you're switching off your right glute, you're switching it back on. You're switching off your left glute, you're switching it back on. Drop right, lift, left, lift, drop right, lift, left, lift, hold, really squeeze both glutes. And now push the band apart for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, hold. Slowly, one vertebra at a time, roll back down to the start. Good, lift your legs up to tabletop. Feet together, knees together. So I just want you to push that left leg out, moving the knee and the ankle and the hip equally, keeping that right leg still. Slowly come back in. Right leg out. Slowly come back in. Try and maintain tabletop. So you don't want your feet to be lower than your knees. Imagine a table. Your shin is the top of the table, which is flat. Control that rotation through the hip. Resist against the band. So focus mostly here on the leg that isn't moving. That is your stability leg. Really focus on keeping that really still. Once more. Release. Good. Keep those feet and knees together, arms by your side. Lift the head, pulse the arms for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep pulsing or straighten your legs for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend those legs, lower your head, lower your legs back down. Brilliant, well done. Okay, so let's go back to our bridging again. So again, bend those knees so you can touch the heels with the tips of your fingers. Arms by your side, lengthen through the back of your neck. We're going to roll up slowly, one vertebra at a time, back up to center, engaging through the glutes. So you can either hold it here and for 10 and then release down and just keep moving up and down, holding for 10 seconds. Or I want you to lift your right leg, push against the band as you bring your knee towards your chest, lower it back down. Left leg up, lower it back down. Right, down, left, down, release. I mainly did that because my band is sliding up my legs, so I'm just going to move it down. Good, so let's go again, rolling up slowly, both hips level, squeeze the glutes with control. Right leg, release, left leg, release, right leg, release, left leg, release, hold. Again, both legs out and in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly roll down one vertebra at a time. Good. Right, let's roll onto our sides now. Do a bit more work, but in a different position. Okay, we're going to keep the band where it is. Make sure that imagine you're lying against a wall, so your spine is against the wall and your feet are also touching the wall. So you're in a line. Your shoulders, hips, knees and feet are all stacked one on top of the other. Hand on your hip. Make sure you've got a small curve in your lower back. Your core's engaged. Feet stay together. Lift that top knee up and down. Making sure that you're not rotating anywhere, just lifting and lowering that knee. Keep moving with your breath. So we're now going to go to level 2. Feet are in the air. Slightly bigger movement. Push a little higher. Keep moving with your breath. Good stuff, a little longer, up and down, a few more times. Nice, release back down. Let's keep the band rollers come up onto our elbow, and we're going to go into a side plank position. So, elbow under shoulder, nice strong shoulder, head in the middle. We're going to lift up into your half side plank and raise that top arm. Now, as I'm sure you can imagine, we're going to try and lift and lower that top leg for 5, 4, keep the feet together, 3, 2, 1, and release back down. Perfect, let's roll on to the other side. Okay, so we're starting again in that climb level 1 position. We're against an imaginary wall, spine and feet. All of your joints stacked one on top of the other. Feet stay together, hand on your hip. Just lift that top knee up and down with control, moving with your breath. Breathing out, breathing in. And then we're going to go on to our level 2. Feet are in the air, lifting up and down. If you're finding it a bit much with the band, you've always got the option to take the band off. Back down, coming into your side plank position. Again, so elbow level with your hip, level with your feet, lift it up high, lift into your side plank, hold, and lift that top knee up and down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release back down. Right, let's take the band off. And then we're going to roll onto your hands and knees. So, in your box shape position, we're just going to start off warming through that left wrist. So you're going to turn your left wrist so that your fingers are facing your knees. And then just slightly lean back and forwards, feeling a stretch through that left forearm. Just as much as is comfortable. And then turn the left hand forward, right hand back, and do the same on the right hand. Rocking forward and back. So the right fingertips are facing your knees. You're just getting a nice stretch through the wrist and the forearm, and then relax back down. Okay, good. So here we're just going to come into your cat-cow, dropping that head, arching your spine up to the ceiling like an angry cat, and then lifting your head, dropping that lower back to the floor. Lift your chest and round again. pushing the floor away, and lift back to the center. Good. So now we're going to go just your left arm, reaching forward. Hold it there. Take that left arm out to the side, back behind your back, and then reach it forward again. All the way out to the side, slide it up the back, and then out to the side. Good. Try and keep that control. Last time. Back, slide it up your back, reach around, hold it there, control. Can you lift that a little higher? Can you stabilize a little more? Release that arm down. Good. Reach your right arm forward, hold, slide it out to the side, behind your back. Reach back out and forward. Sumo, out. Slide it up your back, release, reach forward. Last time. Hold, and release. Good. Now onto our legs, keeping that nice box shape position. Straighten your left leg, hold it there. I want you to bend that knee for 5. Keep that lift. 4, 3, 2, try not to arch that back. 1, hold little circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, change direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Really lift up a little higher again. Find that neutral spine. Right leg back. Hold. Hamstring curl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Little circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change direction. Try and keep that body still. And release. Feet together, knees apart, sink back into child's pose. Good. And then come back up, sit down. And we're going to just stretch out through the hamstrings. So left leg out straight, right leg bend to the side. Lengthen through your spine. And just see how far forward you can bend. Not worrying if you can't touch your toes. Getting that nice stretch through the hamstrings, through the calf. Just hold it there. Try and just keep breathing. Every time you breathe out, just see if you can sink into that stretch a little more. And then we're going to change legs. Left leg bent out to the side, right leg out straight. Grow tall. Reach forward. We're going to do your figure of 4 stretch. So ankle over knee. If that's enough for you, fine. Otherwise, if you can push yourself up now, you'll feel that stretch even deeper. If that's still not deep enough, you can shuffle yourself forward even more. The higher you grow tall, the more stretch you'll feel. If you don't like that way of doing it, you can always lie on your back and bring your knee to your chest. But this is just a nice way of getting that stretch. Good, shuffle that bottom back. Lean back onto your arms again. And now you're going to swap legs. Left ankle over right knee. Push yourself up if you can. Shuffle yourself forward if that's more comfortable. And get a deeper stretch. Good. Shuffle back. Release that leg. So last one. We're going to take your right foot over the top of your left knee. Grab hold of that knee with your left hand. Right hand goes behind you and twist round to the right. You can pull yourself round. Get a nice twist through your upper back. And release, swap sides. Left foot over right knee. And then left hand behind you. Twist yourself around. And release. Good. Feet together. Drop those knees out to the side. See if you can just slump through your chest, round through your spine. And then come back up. Good, so push yourself onto your feet. I want you to take your time, so try and just start a little ball. And then I want you to slowly straighten your knees and then lift through the spine, one vertebra at a time, coming back to the start. Rolling those shoulders back and down. Good. Okay, so let's just finish off. We did quite a bit of calf stretching in the beginning. So just coming into a calf stretch on the left leg straight, right leg bent, heel on the ground. And then swap. Good. And release. Oh, well done. Finish. Just finish off with a few shoulder rolls. Good job.